Okay, hello everybody. My name is Destiny Prater. I am a one-star platinum. I have been in the business for about 2 years now, since January of 2020, so almost 2 years. This is a JotForm training. Basically, what I'm going to be showing you guys is how to create a JotForm. And what a JotForm is, it's basically just they call it like a drag and drop form that you can use to send to your clients to gather all the information you need to create their quote. Okay. If you ask me, it's super convenient. I'm going to show you guys first what mine looks like, and then I'll go through and actually show you how to create the form. A lot of people might think this is super difficult before they actually see a training done on it, but I promise you it's actually really easy. It's kind of a lot like Google Forms. If any of you guys have ever used Google Forms, this is a little bit more, technical than that, but it's super easy. It's not hard. So let's go ahead and dive right in. You guys will want to go to JotForm.com. I will put the link in the chat box for you. Okay, and also if you guys have any questions during this, please ask them in the chat box, because if you're thinking of a question, I guarantee somebody else in here is thinking of the exact same question, and I do answer questions during my training. So please ask if you guys have any questions at all, okay? Or if you're confused about anything, just let me know. So this is free. We are going to do just the free version. That is all I use is the free version. They have lots more features if you do the paid version, but I haven't really ever had to, I've never really had any issues with the free version, so I've never had to pay for it. If you're somebody who likes to pay for things, they are doing a 50% off right now, which is huge. So you guys can look into that if you want to. So what we're going to do is, if you are brand new to JotForm, you're going to need to create a new account. Okay, so I already have an account created, so I'm just going to log in. But if you're brand new and have never used it, you're just going to click sign up and create an account. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you guys the form that I have already created. So this is what my form looks like. Hopefully you guys can see that. This is I called it my travel request form. So basically what happens is when I get a client and they're letting me know that they are wanting a quote for something, what I will do is, whether I'm texting them, emailing them, on the phone with them, whatever it is, Facebooking them, I will let them know that I have a form that I have them fill out, and I'll let them know it's my travel request form. So what I do is I actually send this link to them. So when I send this link out, this is how it opens up. So this is exactly what they see. Okay, so basically they just open each tab and they go in and fill out the information. So they're going to go through and fill out all their trip information. I mean, there's so many different questions in here. This is basically so that way you know exactly what it is that you're booking. Okay, I mean, it has above and beyond questions in here. So and I make sure to put on here, that they only need to answer the questions that apply to their trip, because there's going to be lots of questions in here that they might not even apply to them. And also, this is not for groups. This is just, so if you were doing a group, you would not use this form. You're going to have to use a whole different form. I'm not good with group bookings. Personally, don't do them. But when it comes to groups, I know it's a lot more information. So a group is considered 10 or more. So this is just going to be for, 10 people or under. So just keep that in mind. No, Rebecca, they do not have to download this form. It is just a link. And what happens is when they fill out all the information and they get to the very bottom tab, they'll just click submit. and it'll come straight to my email. So I'll get all this in an email. It'll just, it won't be the exact form. It's basically just all the questions and answers typed out in an email. And then also, after they fill this form out, it's actually kind of cool. JotForm started doing this new thing where anytime somebody fills it out, I get it in an email, yes, but I also can come into my JotForm and I can view the submissions. So I'm just gonna go through this really quickly, just to show you. So basically anybody that has submitted one, I can click on it and view it. And it's just all the, all their answers to all the questions, basically. Okay. So it's super cool. I love that part. That they did not used to have this. This is somewhat new.
Is there much of a difference between this and Google Forms?
Yeah, actually, this is a lot more technical. So that's actually what we're about to get into right now. I'm going to actually go through and show you guys how to create the form. Google Forms is a lot more simpler, I guess. It's just kind of, you can't really customize a Google form like you can a JotForm, at least not from what I haven't used Google Forms a whole lot, but I have used it and I like JotForm better because you can really customize it. So like if you looked at my form, like how I have the nice background and I changed all the colors and the font and all that stuff, you can't really do that on a Google form. It's kind of, the same color, same font, all that. So that's kind of why I like JotForm better. So I'm actually going to get into that right now and show you guys exactly how to go through and create the form. So when you create your account and you guys log in, you're just going to click on create form. And then I originally started from scratch. They do have templates. If you guys want to check out the templates, you totally can. There's actually, I think it's under booking forms, if I can remember correctly. Let's see here. So yeah, they have like different travel booking forms that you guys can check out, and you guys will be able to preview it and you guys will be able to go in and like customize it. So you can put your logo up here, customize any of the questions that it's asking and all of that. That's optional. I'm just going to go ahead and start from scratch. And then, so there's two different types of forms. There's the classic one, which is what mine is. Classic is where everything is just on one page. Okay. And the card is where it'll ask just one question at a time on a page. And then they'll have to hit next to go to the next question. Emily Jimenez, I've seen that you're in here. I'm going to make you co-host. If you can approve people for me, at least while you're in here, that'd be wonderful. Okay. Hopefully she heard me. Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the classic form. Okay, so over here on the right-hand side, this is kind of like the designer section. So this is where you're going to be able to change fonts, colors, backgrounds, all that different kind of stuff. And then on the left-hand side, that is where you will be able to input like the questions. So like their name, their email address, phone number, all kinds of different stuff. Okay, so if I wanted to change the color, I could just come right over here to the form designer. And they already have some color schemes made up here that you guys can select from. If you don't like the color schemes that they have, you can go down here and manually select it to whatever you want. Okay, I'm just going to do something simple. And then if you don't want a colored background, you can make it, you can upload a file right here, and like I did for mine, and do like a actual photo background. This is the easy designer part, I guess you can say. They have like an advanced. If you're not very technical, I wouldn't get into that one. I did on mine, but it starts getting a little bit more complicated when you go to the advanced designer. But yeah, here you guys can change the form color. So that is this color right here. If I wanted to change it to something different, or whatever, I'm just trying to show you guys an example here. And then you guys can also change the font color to whatever you guys want. So like just this right here, like you can't even do on Google Forms. Google Forms is a lot more simpler. It's kind of basic. With JotForm, you can literally customize anything you want. They have different colors, different styles, on how big you want your form to be. You can change the font over here. But honestly, what I would do first, before you guys really get into the designer stuff and changing the fonts and colors and all that, what I would do first is go ahead and get everything inputted on your form first. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of copy what I did on my form. I'm not going to go through every single question that I put on here because that would take a little bit to do. I'm just going to show you guys how to do certain things on here that are kind of like key points. Okay, so if you guys want to put your logo up at the top, that is actually right up here. It already says add your logo, so you guys can do that. You'll just click on it and you'll click upload a file. Okay, so I can just come in here and go to my photos and I can upload my logo. Okay, and then if I want it centered, you'll just click center. Pretty easy. And if you wanted it bigger or smaller, you guys can mess with the dimensions. I'm just going to leave it the way it is for now. Okay, so now we need to start inputting the contact information for our client, right? So let's go ahead and we'll give this a title first. We'll just call it travel request form. And then if you guys need to edit any text, like, here's the title. If you need to center that or anything like that, if you click on settings, it will let you come over here and center it. Okay, you can change the heading size too. I'm gonna leave it large. And then right here, it tells you drag your first question here from the left. So this is just a drag and drop. So obviously the basic information we need to collect from our client is, first and last name, address, email address, and phone number. Okay, so let's just start with that. So right over here, full name, we're just gonna drag it and drop it. So they're gonna put their first and last name, and then let's go. Let's see what address is next. So now let's do address. So you're just going to come down here to address, and we're just going to drag and drop. We're going to put it right here under the name, and then the address pops up. If there was something on here that we didn't like, that we wanted to edit, you guys can do that. You guys can edit any of this text that you want. Okay. I think you can even, let's see. I think you can even delete some of these boxes out if you wanted to. I'm not exactly 100% sure how to do that, but you guys get the gist of it. I mean, we need all those right there anyway. So okay, let's do their email and phone numbers. Now we're gonna go to email. We're just gonna drag and drop. Let's do phone number. We're just gonna drag and drop. So pretty basic. I mean, it's pretty easy. Sherry said, can we add an extra box for the middle name? So let's see. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to go to settings over here and see if it lets us do that. Let's go to options. Right here, it says middle name. allow users to enter a middle name. You can turn that on and then it'll let them enter in their middle name. So yeah, I mean, literally this thing does everything. I love JotForm. Okay. So we got their name, address, email, phone number. A couple other questions that I asked on here were their preferred contact method, best time to contact them. And actually, you guys, I do want you guys to know that I'm not sure if there's one out there or not. I don't have a copy of one, but I want you guys to know that it's when you guys are making your JotForm, the most important thing is obviously you guys have to know what questions to ask your client, right? That's like, I think that's the question I get most often when it comes to bookings, like what questions am I supposed to ask them? So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to obviously go through, yes, JotForm is free. I'm going to go through and show you guys how to make the form, but it's going to be kind of hard for you guys to remember all the questions you need to be asking your client. So basically what I'm doing is before the meeting, I was actually putting together just a Word document to show you guys what questions to be asking your client. All I basically did was copy everything that was on this and put it on a Word document so you guys can see the questions that you need to be asking. It's not 100% done yet. It will be done today. At the end of the meeting, I will ask you guys for your email and I will email you this Word document. So that way, when you want to create your JotForm, you can look and make sure you have all the necessary information, all the necessary questions, I guess I should say, while creating your form. Okay, so hopefully this will help you guys to know what questions to ask. So I will make sure you guys get that at the end. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do this preferred contact method because I want to show you guys how to input where they can select different options, like multiple choice questions. Okay, so let's see here. I have to kind of try to remember because it's been a little bit since I made mine. Okay, so let's scroll down here. We're gonna go to down here where it says basic elements. We can select this one and this will let them enter in a short text. They can enter in a long text there. We can have a drop down menu. We want to do single choice because that's the type of question we're about to ask. So I'm going to drag and drop single choice. Okay, and then over here, I said preferred contact method, email, phone, or no preference. So, because it's good to know the best way that your client likes to be contacted. So that's one of the reasons why I asked that question. So, preferred contact method. And then you can put in the different options. Okay, so email, phone, or no preference. I spelled that wrong. And then if you're not going to use this last option right here, you just hit the X and it goes away. Okay. Pretty basic. I mean, it is easy so far, you guys. I mean, do you guys think so? Yes, the recording will be posted later. Okay, so that's all we're going to do for just the contact information. I did want to show you guys how to, because you see on my form how I have different sections here where it kind of like closes a section when they open a new one. So I want to show you guys how to do that. So that way the form isn't just a super long form with just a bunch of questions, because I think that that's kind of like unappealing to clients when they see that. So let me remember how to do this really quick here. It is okay, so they have different ones you can do. So they have like dividers. If you wanted to put a divider in there to separate each section, I'm not going to do the divider. They have the section collapse, which is what I did. They also have the page break, which is just where the page will break off. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to go ahead and do the section collapse, which is what I did for mine. I believe you have to put up here right at the top. And then, so this is our contact information. Wait, what I put up here? Contact information. Yes, contact information. Okay, so when you put this bar here, it's called the section collapse down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Anything that goes underneath this bar will collapse until you put the next bar. So let me show you. So that's all we're going to put for this section, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and add the next one in here. And this one is going to be basic trip information. That's what this section is called. Okay, so if you want to see how this is going to look to your clients, you can actually go up here to the right-hand side and click preview form. So that's what I'm going to do. So you see how it collapsed the section. So to open it, you just click on it and it will open up. Okay, and then when they go to click on the next section, that first one will close and the bottom one will open. So I'm not going to put my form in the chat because I want you guys to get creative and create your own. But I will make sure you guys have all the questions that you guys, so you guys know what to ask. So every question that's on my form is going to be on this Word document. And I'm going to email it to you all as soon as the meeting's over. I'll collect all your guys' email addresses and make sure you guys all get it. But I don't want you guys to copy my form, you know, I guess I don't want to say word for word, but you know what I mean. I want you guys to get creative and do your own. You know, I want you guys to make it your own, you know, get your own business. And okay, so now I'm going to take it. Oh, and also while you're previewing the form, if you guys want to see what it's going to look like on their phone, you can look at that and see what it would look like on their phone or tablet or desktop. I'm going to stop previewing now. Yes, it is super simple to make, you guys. I think when people think about creating a form to send to clients, it sounds like it's going to be super hard, but it's really not hard. I actually learned from watching YouTube tutorials. So I taught myself basically how to do this, and then I got pretty good at it. So, okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next section. There's a couple other things I want to show you guys, just so you guys know how to, because obviously on certain questions, you know, I did like a multiple choice. They can select multiple choice here. They can enter in text here for wherever they're departing from. I want to show you guys how to like input all this stuff. Yes, this form can be added to a website because the form is just a link. So you can put it anywhere that you can put a link. So on a website or anything. I know you can put it like on your business page on Facebook if you guys wanted to, anywhere you guys want. So it's kind of convenient. Okay, so let's go and do the multiple choice. The basic trip information is the section that we're on. The next question is interested in booking. So we need to figure out what they're interested in booking. Flight, rental car, hotel, resort, cruise. Okay. So let's do multiple choice is what we need. So we're going to drag and drop it. And the question is, my memory is terrible. Interested in booking. So what are they interested in booking? And then I also put check all of that, apply next to it. Also, if you guys don't like the design, like, so for example, like you see how I'm on my form, instead of having everything going the long ways, it's like designed different. So instead of it looking like this, it looks like this. Let me show you how to do that. Let's enter the options in first. So flight, car, what was the next one? Cruise and cruise. So we can kind of figure out what they're wanting. If you guys want to add more options, then you can. Or if you guys wanted to add an other option, they'll be able to select other, and then they'll be able to it'll actually let them type out what they're wanting. Okay, so that's up to you guys if you guys want to do that. So let's say we wanted to change what this looks like. If you click on properties, let's see, how do I do that? Oh, that's not it. Let's go to options. Let's go to, okay, right here, spread to columns. So it'll make it columns. Okay, and if you had a whole bunch of options, you can choose how many columns that you have. So it's kind of cool. You can leave it like that. You can make it to columns. And then, oh, that's cool. So you can display an other option, allow users to enter text when their selection is not available. So if none of these things were what they're wanting, you can have it set to where they can hit other, and then they'll be able to input their option. Basically the same thing that I just told you guys about. Okay. Let's see, what is the next thing? Okay, so now I want to show you guys really quick how to have it to where when you ask a question that requires them to type it out, I want you guys to see how to input that. So our next question is going to be where they're departing from. So basically they're going to have to type out a short text. So right here where it says short text, we're just going to drag and drop it. And then we can ask them where they, where they are departing from. And then if you know, on any question that you guys ask, any little box, you can change the way it looks. So like if you don't like that, you guys can change it to literally whatever you guys want. So, and also if there's certain questions on your form that you want your clients to, gosh, I am like tongue tied over here. If there are certain questions on your form that you want to make required, so that way your clients absolutely have to answer them, you can do that. So you'll have to click on each box and click required to make it required. And it puts that little red star right there. So that way your clients know this question has to be answered or else you can't submit it. So you can do that on every question or just some of the questions if you guys want, completely up to you. But yeah, you guys can change the way everything looks. You don't have to just stick with what automatically pops up when you put it down there. So, okay, let's see here. What else should I be showing you? You guys know how to do the multiple choice options. Okay, so let's do the departure date and return date, because on this one, you see how it lets them go through and select a date for whatever date that they're departing on, whatever date that they want to return on. They can actually go through and select the date. So I want to show you guys really quick how to input that one. So over here on the left-hand side, you can do a date picker is what it's called. So if you drag and drop that, and then you can just put departure date, and it automatically has it set up right here. So that way they will be able to, if you preview it right here, you'll be able to see that they can, oops, sorry about that. You'll be able to see that they can go through and click on the date that they're wanting to leave on. Any questions, you guys, so far? I mean, pretty basic, right? It's super easy to make one. Let's see. What other, I'm trying to make sure. Okay, yeah. So on my form, for underneath the traveler information section, the questions that I ask are the number of adults, the number of children, and then I get each traveler's information. Their full name, date of birth, passport number, and all that stuff. Okay. So if you guys want to know how to put a table like this in your form, it's super easy. I'll show you guys how to do that. Because this is more appealing than just putting in like a large text box and having them just type everything out. this will be easier for you to read. It'll be easier for them to enter the information in. So it's just more appealing in my opinion. Okay, so let's go over here to Emily asked, where can I find the option to add a file like photos to the JotForm? So good question. I believe it's this one. So I believe it's called file upload, and I think that'll let them add. Is that what you mean, like for your clients to be able to add photos? I'm assuming.
Yeah, usually I use a job. Well, okay, let's say for example, if a client wanted to upload their driver's license or their passports or something like that, is there an option for them to use it? I had used a job form before, and I think they were limited on how many photos they could upload. You know
It
about that,
might
Destiny?
be. I'm not 100% sure. It might be. There might be a limit because it's the free option, but I'm pretty sure if you use this file upload right here, let's try it really quick. And you just drag and drop it, and then let's go to preview and let's see. I'm pretty sure that that is what. So we can click on it. This is what your guys' client will see. I'm going to try to upload just a couple of different things to just see if it'll. So there's 3 it's letting go through so far. I mean, there might be a limit. I don't know for 100%. But yeah, if you use that file upload that I just dragged and dropped, that's how you upload them. But it shouldn't be a limit. I haven't heard that unless they changed it. So I don't know. But yeah, that's a good way. That's actually a really good idea, you guys. So what Emily was saying is she, you know, because when you are, you might not gather their ID and stuff like that during the time of getting the quote information, but you can use a job form for other things, like to collect their IDs and passports and all of that stuff for the credit card authorization form and stuff like that. So that's actually a really good idea. Okay, what was the thing the table. Okay, let me show you guys how to do the table. So if you guys scroll down, there's an input table. I believe this is the one I use. Let's click on it. Yes, this is. So obviously this looks a little bit different than what I have. So I'm just going to kind of go through really quickly and input this information. Full name, date of birth. You can change all of this. So we need this to say full name. Oops. We need this to say date of birth. Oh. Okay, and that's all I'm going to put in for that. And then this over here obviously would be like traveler 1, traveler 2, and so on. Okay, so obviously we want this to, I did mine up to 10 rows because it's 10 or more is supposed to be a group. So I did it up to 10. So if you guys obviously are going to want to add in some more rows, you just click add row, add row. Oh, why isn't it working here? Oh, you have to type something in. So we'll just put 5 for traveler 5, add row 6. You guys can go all the way up to 10. Okay. And then to change this to where they can actually input the information, it's easy. Click on it, go to the settings, and then we're going to go to fields. And this is where you can change what each section is. So you can make it to where they're checkboxes. You can make them all drop-down menus. And you can also make them text box or number boxes. Ooh, that's new. So, okay, we'll just do the text box. And this is where they'll be able to enter in the information. Okay. Pretty easy to do that. And of course, you guys can go through and change colors and all that good stuff. It'll be in I forget how to change the colors on this specific one. I thought it was going to be an advanced. Yeah. I forget how to change the colors on the table, you guys. But I'm pretty sure that they'll change when you go through and do like the design stuff. So we'll mess with that here in just a minute. Are there any types of forms like the travel request form that you use with clients or the business in general? Yeah, so what do you mean? Like my travel request form that I made right here, this is the form that I send out to clients. This is the only job form I use. I don't use any, I'm not a big booker. Like I book, but I don't book a lot. I don't book really big trips or anything like that. I do kind of like some basic booking stuff. But this is the form that I use for JotForm when I send out to my clients. I don't use any other forms. I know there's a lot of other agents who use different types of JotForms for different things. I can't even think of anything really off the top of my head. Maybe Emily can, I don't know. But I just do like the basic form.
Yeah, well, just make sure everybody, when you do a trip, you have your credit card authorization form. I just download the one from the back office in the travel cafe under forms. But there's some agents who do their own credit card authorization via JotForm. So, and like I said, like I know Destiny just showed us the option where, you know, that'd be neat if we could just do credit card authorization form via JotForm and they could just upload their IDs and passports there. That would be great.
Yeah, and I feel like I've heard of somebody doing that before. I have heard of it. Maybe I've seen it on a training a long time ago or something, but I have heard of people doing that. And it's kind of like a more professional way to like gather the information and even like kind of brand yourself too. So I really like that idea. Let me see. Let me make sure I covered all the different. Oh, okay. One last thing. The drop down menu. So I want to show you guys how to do the drop down menus. Let's see. I'm trying to find one second. Let me try to find this specific one here. Okay, let's just do this one right here. Our passports updated. Okay, this is the question we're going to do. Okay, so really quick before I do that, I want to answer these questions. When do I send? Actually, you guys ask your questions now. I'm going to show you this last thing and then I'll answer all questions. Okay, so let's do this question. Our passports updated and it has a drop down menu. So over here on the left hand side, all you have to do is select drop down, drag and drop. The question is, are passports updated? And then this is the drop down menu. So we need to obviously edit the options and you just will put in the different options. So for this particular question, we're going to probably have to manually input all the options. But if it was something like, let's go over here to options. I want to show you guys really quick. Okay, so if it was something like maybe you needed a drop down menu for different states or different countries or genders or time zones, you guys can select that and the drop down menu. Let's hit preview really quick. The drop down menu will automatically input all of that. So the drop down menu has all the different time zones. So it's kind of cool. So you can manually input stuff or you can have it automatically input some stuff, which it's limited on what it automatically will input. But I thought that was really cool when I figured that out. So right now I'm going to select none and then we're just going to edit these options. So yes, what are the options I put on here? Yes, they're up to date. No, they need to be updated. Okay, that's all I'm gonna put for that just for now, just to give you guys the gist of it here. So then you just hit save, and then when you preview your form, it will be in there. So our passport's updated, they'll be able to drop down and select their answer. So super easy, super cool. Okay, let me answer some of these questions. I see you guys asking lots of questions. Oh, okay. So I don't know if everybody's seen this. Caitlin said you have to have the pro version for credit card authorization form because you're collecting billing info. Oh, okay. Well, if anybody is interested in doing that, I did see that they are doing 50% off right now. So you guys could like do it for the whole year if you guys wanted to right now for 50% off. So that's a pretty good deal. When do I send my clients the form? So basically what happens is if I have somebody that contacts me and they are interested in a quote, so they're interested in getting some prices or whatever, I will let them know that I have a travel request form that I have all clients fill out. So that way I can have all the information for their trip, so I know exactly what I'm quoting. And then usually if I am talking to them on the phone or whatever, I just will write down their email address and email them this link, or you can just simply text it to them. But I always do it as soon as somebody contacts me and is wanting to book something. What I do instead is have a form that has only a signature submission thing on it, and then I put the signature on a PDF of a credit card. Oh, okay, that's convenient. Does the populates in an email sent to? Okay, Lavanya, I don't understand your question. Can you retype it? I think I got all your guys' questions. I hope I didn't miss any. Let me see. Let me scroll up here. What happens if someone opens the form, but they have to complete it later? Yeah, they can. I mean, I think they can just open it up later and complete it. I don't think they can like save anything and come back, but I'm pretty sure they can just open it right back up. That link, they'll be able to click on that link whenever they want to. How do we attach our email to the form? So what it does is when you guys go and create your account, so when you go to JotForm.com and you guys create your account, whatever email is on your guys' account is the email that you will receive the submissions in. You guys can do it that way, or you guys can go to your JotForm homepage and view the submissions. So you can click on more and click on submissions, and everybody that has submitted the form, you'll be able to view that information. Okay, so you guys can do it either way. What do you have under last minute details? So under last minute details, I have anything else you would like to add or anything else I need to be aware of. So basically, all these questions that are on my form, I'm making it into a Word document. It's not complete yet. I started working on it today and I didn't finish it. Just so you guys have something kind of like a reference to what you guys can use to make your form with. So anybody that needs this Word document, when it's done, it won't get sent out probably for the next couple of hours, and then I will send it out to you. I will email it to you guys. So just put your email in the chat box, and as soon as this form is finished, I will make sure everybody gets it. But I think that will really help you guys with kind of knowing what questions to ask and what to put on your guys' form. And if any of you guys are going through your form and you don't understand how to get something on the form, whether it's, I don't know, maybe a drop-down menu or whatever it might be, you guys can always text me and ask me. You guys can message me on Facebook and ask me. I'll put my number in the chat box. But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of other things over here. You guys don't have to do your form exactly like how I did mine. There's so many different things that you guys can put in on this form. It doesn't have to always be, exactly like mine. They have lots of really cool stuff in here, like signatures, where your client can sign stuff. They have appointment things where you can have clients or whatever it might be making appointments, all different kinds of stuff. Fill in the blanks where your client has to fill in the blank for whatever it is that you're having them fill out. Super cool stuff. They have star ratings on here where your client can select, I don't know, maybe you guys made a JotForm for after the client goes on their trip, where it's just kind of like a survey, like how they like your service or whatever. You guys can have a star rating on there. Super cool stuff. And you guys, with the design side, just play around with it. I mean, if you guys are looking to stay pretty basic, don't click on advanced. If you're somebody who's good with computers and good with that kind of stuff, you guys can go to the advanced side and play around with that too. But they do have different themes on here you guys can use. And a lot of them are free, so you guys can check those out. And they'll design it all different kinds of ways, so they're pretty cool. Okay, so the picture for the background, yes, let me show you. I went to colors, and then I'm going to remove this image. So right here, you can change the background page color, or you can choose a file, and you can upload a background photo. So let's see. I'm just going to pick one just to show you an example. Okay, any other questions? I see lots of emails. I will make sure you guys all get this. My chat will save at the end of the meeting, so I'll have all your guys' emails. Okay. How do I make my own logo? So I made my logo on canva.com. They have a little logo section on there that you guys can make your own little logo. I do a lot of trainings, on Canva. It's just canva.com, and then you can actually create your own little logo. You can create an account. It's free. You can click on logo and create your own. They have like already generated logos. You can use those and edit it if you guys want to. They have like different stuff that you can. I don't know. I love Canva. I use it all the time. They have like, what are they called? Little graphics that you guys can use to put on your logo, and it's pretty cool. But that's the easiest way, I think, to make a logo. That's what I did. So anything else, guys? Hopefully that helped you kind of understand JotForm a little bit better. It's super easy, and it's a super professional way to gather the information from your clients. And especially if you're somebody like me who hates like getting on the phone and like writing down all the information, like I don't write that fast, and it's just easier for me to get a form. Yes, my Canva trainings are recorded. I'll have to do one on doing logos. I'll write that down. The last one I did was for flyers. I'm writing it down. My next Canva training will be on logos. You guys are welcome. Thank you guys so much for showing up. I put my number in the chat box, so if you guys have any questions or any issues with your JotForm, let me know. I hope you guys get it figured out. All right, everybody have a good Saturday. Thank you guys so much for jumping on.